Hello guys, welcome back to your YouTube video channel. I'm Ken Omolo, and today guys I want us to talk about a very important topic, that is how to identify trends in Olymp Trade and how to trade on those trends to make profits. Okay, so if you don't already have an account in Olymp Trade, you might as well want to create one. So go ahead and create your account with the link on the description of this video. You'll get 10,000 demo units which you can use to practice on real market conditions. So whatever we are going to discuss on this video today, you can as well go ahead and practice the same things with your demo account without having to risk any amount of money. Okay, again, before we continue, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, go ahead and click on that subscription button, and please don't forget to turn on that notification button too. That way, when we post new videos about Olymp Trade, how to make money on the platform, then you can bet that you will be the first person to see those videos. Okay, so I want to assume that you've already created your account, and if you've done so, then chances are the chart that you're seeing on your platform at this particular moment is the candlestick chart. Okay, so if that is not the case, again, you can go ahead and change that. Just click on this candlestick button here. If your chart shows area charts instead of the candlesticks, you can go ahead and change that. If it shows bar charts or Inkenashi, you have the freedom to go ahead and change that, because again, whatever you want to discuss on this channel today will greatly depend on the candlestick chart. It is my humble request that you go ahead and change that to be at par with whatever we are going to talk about. Okay, so I will divide this tutorial into four different sections. We will talk about one, what is a trend. Then two, we will talk about how to identify trends in Olymp Trade, the tools that you can use to identify a trend, and the types of trends that exist in trading. Okay, then the third thing, we will talk about market structures. Yeah, how to identify a market structure. And the fourth thing, we will talk about when to trade these particular trends on Olymp Trade. Okay, so that said, if if you're new to trading and you're just seeing these charts for the first time, then what you should pick from this chart is, the chart is on a 30 minutes time frame, which means that each of the candlesticks that you see formed on this chart, yeah, each of these candlesticks are formed in 30 minutes. So, okay, so it takes 30 minutes to create this one, to create this and that. So everything, every data that we will be analyzing on this chart will be data for 30 minutes candlesticks. Yeah, so again, we may want to if you don't want to do 30 minutes, you can still change the time frame and do maybe 15 minutes, 10 minutes. You will still be able to see the trends that are developing. But one thing that you have to pick from changing those time frames is, a trend is relative. Yeah, so the trend that you will see on a 15 minutes time frame is not the same trend that you may see on a 5 minutes time frame. Yeah. So you look at a 5 minutes time frame and you realize that the market is heading downwards. But if you change it to a 15 minutes time frame, then you notice that the market is actually heading upwards. So it all depends with your objectives, whatever you want to achieve, the chart that you want to analyze, and the data that you want to see. So if you want to see the data for 15 minutes, then your trend will be an uptrend. Yeah, you see, it is an uptrend. If you don't know what a trend is, I'll just go ahead and define that too. It makes it easier for us to know whatever we are talking about. So the dictionary definition of a trend is, so a trend generally is the general direction in which something is developing or changing. Yeah. So the general direction in which something is developing or changing is a trend. So again, if you look at this, what do you see? The general direction that is forming on this chart is an uptrend, because each of these candlesticks keep forming higher highs and higher lows as they continue to go up. So you can see this. This is an higher high. This is an higher low. This is an higher high. This is an higher low. Higher high, higher low as it continues to go. The same trend, the same scenario can also be used to identify. The same methodology can also be used to identify a downtrend. On this level here, you can see that we have a downtrend that has formed on this chart. Okay, so to identify downtrends, then you will want to look for lower lows and lower highs. Okay, so example, this is a lower low. Yeah, let's just spread the chart to see. This is a lower low here, and this is a lower high. We have a lower low here. We have a lower high here. The easiest way to identify a trend, if you are a price action trader, you don't want to use any indicators of the chart, then you may want to look for swing points. Example, if you look at this chart here, let's just get one indicator here, a trend. Let's just get a trend line that we can use to point those levels. Okay. So example, this is a swing point here. You can see another one that has just developed somewhere. Let's just get a trend line. So this is another swing point here. Another swing point here, and another here. So from the levels that these swing points are developed, you can already see that it forms something like a stair, yeah, a staircase. So it means if you look at it with the naked eye, or if you're a price action trader and you've identified these swing points, then you can already see that this is an uptrend. Yeah, very easy to see, right? So the same applies to downtrends. You look for swing points on the lower side, so we can just take the trend lines again and draw those swing points. Okay, so that is one. You can create another one here, another here, as you continue to go. Okay, so that is it. We've already seen that if we look at this chart right now, we can already see that this is a downtrend. This is just by using the price action to pick the directions of the trends. Yeah. So if we look at these swing points, we can see that it is a staircase that is falling. So this is a downtrend. If we look at it on this other side, this is a staircase that is rising. So this is an uptrend. Okay. So let's remove everything that we've set up on the chart and to show you guys a different way of identifying trends on Olymp Trade. So other than using swing points to identify the direction of the trend, you can also use technical analysis tools to tell which direction the market is going. Example, you can use the SMA 50 to determine which direction the market is going. Example, let's just change that. You notice that from this level here, you can already tell that the SMA 50 is pointing upwards, which means that the market is on an uptrend. Okay, so if you scroll back to see some history of this market, then you'll notice that at some point it was also trending downwards. You can identify that with the SMA 50. Then if you want to see a range on the market, you can also identify that with the SMA 50. You see that the SMA 50 is crossing all the candlesticks as it goes to begin forming an uptrend on this level here. Okay, so that is another way to identify a trend on Olymp Trade. But that is not all. You can also use the Fibonacci fan to tell which direction the market is headed. So for that, you'll just need to click on the technical analysis tool. This one. the A like tool here, then pick Fibonacci fan. So to tell if the market is trending upwards, just click on the lowest price level on that chart, then spread your chart to the top level where price is reached. Then what you'll see is a fan like thing on your chart. Yeah. So the fan, if you look at that fan, you see that all its lines are facing upwards, which means that it is an uptrend. So alternatively, you can also seek to find a downtrend on the chart. Example, you can use the Fibonacci fan on this level here. Just click on Fibonacci fan, begin drawing from top to bottom to the lowest price on that chart. Then you'll notice that there is a downtrend that is clearly shown by the Fibonacci fan. So other than that, you can also use you can there are very many other tools that you can use to tell the direction of the trend on the Olymp Trade markets. You can use parabolic, you can use WMA, you can use EMA. You can also use Bollinger Bands, yeah, to tell which direction the market is headed. But what's the benefit of knowing where the market is headed if you don't know when to enter the market and when to exit that particular market? Yeah. So the next topic that you want to talk about is the market structure. So the market structure is divided into four different stages. The first stage of that of the market structure of identifying the market structure is the accumulation stage. Yeah. So on the accumulation stage, mostly you find that prices are ranging. Yeah. So an example of an accumulation stage on this chart is this level here. So to clearly tell if this is an accumulation stage, we will draw two levels, that is both the support and the resistance level, to tell if indeed these prices have been confined on this level for quite some time. Okay. So you can use very many different tools to do that, but for the sake of this tutorial, we'll go with the horizontal line. Okay, so this will most definitely be our resistance level. Then we create a support level on this level here. So if you look at prices within these two lines, then you'll notice that they have just been moving up and down, testing both levels at different intervals. Then at some point within that movement, there was a breakout that happened on this resistance level, and prices have continued to move up. Yeah? You can tell that prices are moving up by the higher highs that we can see here. We can also see that there is a higher high here. There was another one here. So when prices break out of that resistance level, the accumulation stage is complete. Yeah. So another stage begins to form, which is the advancing stage. Okay. So the advancing stage is where you start seeing that trend clearly as it continues to go upwards. You know. So we can definitely tell that this is an advancing stage that has been completed. Then, when the advancing stage is completed, when that trend begins to lose momentum, then the next market structure that is formed becomes the distribution stage. Okay, so again, we can use horizontal lines to mark the support and resistance levels on this area here, because again prices will range within the distribution stage for some time. Then at some point they will break out either on the support level or on the resistance level. Okay, so let's go with the trend lines. We can also use trend lines to draw support and resistance levels in Olymp Trade. So assuming that is our resistance level, and this is our support level. Yeah. So if prices break the support level here and they continue moving downwards, then we say that the distribution stage has been accomplished, and prices are now on the descending stage. Okay. That is the final stage of market structure. So you'll notice that after prices have gone through all these stages, they'll go back to the original stage, which was the accumulation stage, and begin afresh, going to the advancing stage, distribution stage, then back to the descending, and it keeps on going on a circle. So once you've identified a trend on the market, you want to make sure that you know which stage of the market structure that market is at. Okay. So if it is on the distribution stage, then you want to wait and look for breakouts. Yeah. So already there is a breakout that has happened on that level. So what next do you look for? You can look for bullish engulfing patterns on that trend, and consider that your entry point. Enter the market at that level and continue riding the trend until it grows weak. Okay, so if the market has already gone through the accumulation stage, and you find it at the advancing stage, then you will want to look for price action signals such as pin bars, such as engulfing patterns, in order to enter that market and to ride the trend for as long as it's still strong. Okay. So again, if it goes to the distribution stage, you want to look for, when it gets to the distribution stage, you want to either trade the bounce or trade the breakout. So if it moves up and it confirms this level as a resistance level and starts moving to the opposite side, you may want to find an entry point along the way and ride that trend to the support level. Then if it bounces back towards the resistance level again, you may want to find uh, an entry point in between and ride back to the resistance level. Otherwise, if it breaks this level and goes downwards, you may want to short that market as you continue to ride the trend. Okay. So that is everything that you need to know about trend. If there is anything else that you need to know about this topic, anything that you've not understood, that you may need clarification on, you can go ahead and leave a comment on the comment section of this video. Otherwise, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, click on that notification button, and if you don't have an Olymp Trade account, go to the description of this video and create your account. Until next time, bye bye.